Wait a minute!
Joy here. Rachel and I would like to welcome you to You're All Right, Get Up, a podcast full of laughter, personal stories, encouragement, and often a show about living life. As a disclaimer, our podcast does not offer professional therapy or treat illness. We are a motivational supporting podcast sharing our life experiences, stories, and laughter.
We encourage you to check out our website, allrightgetup.com, for a chance to win prizes and to also shop online at our store. Each week, we're going to ask a random question for our listeners to engage some interaction. And so we would love for you to participate by entering your responses by clicking the answer button on the website. This week's question is, if animals could talk, which one would be the most boring?
Woohoo! Answer the question, people. Come on. Answer the question. Answer the question. Haha, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Which one would be the most boring?
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to go with elephant.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Why?
I guess because they're, so large and they move so slow
Yeah.
that I just feel like they would be boring. Like,
Right.
I picked up this twig and ate some leaves. That was fun. Where a cheetah would be like, oh man, I was running really fast and I almost caught it, but it got away. So I ran really fast again. I mean, I guess speed
Right.
to me equivalates. All right. How about equals? Speed
yeah.
equals entertainment.
Nice. Exactly. Awesome. I don't know. I'm leaning towards the giraffe a little bit.
Really?
know?
Why we?
You have to look up so far, and man, I'm short.
So that makes
I'm
it boring.
just like, well, I can't see anything, right? I mean, I'm like stretching at this point. It's like, yeah, dude, your head's in the trees, and I can't even really see what you're doing. They love to eat all day, right? So I don't know. I feel like that would be boring for some reason.
I get you. I
don't know. Just, POV there, but hey.
I like it. I like it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys, please share your answers with us. We find some humor in it. We'd enjoy it, and the interaction's great, and then we can talk about it. And hey, if you have a really cool answer, and you want to share a little humor with us, we'll share it on our podcast too.
Great. I don't know if you've ever had an incident at a department store.
Classify incident? I mean,
maybe I should describe it to you, Joy. And then you tell me, yeah, I've had that happen. Or if you're a listener, say, yeah, I've had that exact same thing happen.
Right, exactly. Shake your heads and we'll hear you. No, I'm kidding. It's just a joke.
So I was going to be on a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
My first time on a cruise, and you don't really know exactly what to expect. You kind of have some high level information given to you by the travel agent we were going through, and you see the itinerary, and one of the things that you see typically on a cruise is the captain's night,
right?
And I'm pretty laid back. I don't dress up super nice too much, or super fancy, as some people say in the South. And so I really didn't have a lot that I felt like fell into the category that would be nice to accompany my husband to the captain's dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I always think of the Love Boat.
Oh yeah, fancy.
Yeah. And so that's what I had in my mind. That I needed to purchase something that would stand out for that dinner. So I went to a store. It was kind of it's a department store. I won't name it. Super helpful people there. And so the lady comes to me and she's like, "Hey, can I help you?" And I describe what event I want to purchase an outfit for.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's she gets some different clothes for me to try on, and then as you already know, and as our listeners probably will learn, is I am easily distracted, and shiny objects really really distract me. So as we're looking at the different dresses, and I see one, it's just the top piece, and obviously I'm not very good at describing things, but anyway, it was all sequency,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, wow, that's really, really pretty, and it
Right.
was dark blue and black, and I was like, that really looks nice, and then I can get something to go with it, and it was so pretty, and the lady that was helping me, was like, yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous, that would be great, kind of like a prom dress, just the top half. And she's like, yeah, that would be definitely appropriate for this
Mhm.
dinner. And I was like, yeah. And, she's asking me my size or whatever. And I tell her, and it's high up too.
Right.
So she's got to get one of those hooks to grab the hanger. And as she's, and it's like 10 feet tall. I mean, like, I like department stores to realize there's people below average height. Don't put clothes super high. Just asking you, please don't. There's all kinds of things that we have to get to be able to pull those down. But anyway, so she takes her time and she gets one of them, and she's like, "Oh, they don't really have your size." Or no, they do have my size. Excuse me, they do have my size that I asked for. So I was so excited. It was so cute, So I try all the other ones, and she's outside the door to the
Mhm.
dressing room, asking for status on things. So I was like, yeah, this one's okay. I don't really like this one. It's too long. I have to get him, blah, 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 blah. So I get ready to try on the sequence top.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited. I waited for it to be last. Again, it's my size. So I commenced to trying to put it on, and I was like, it's a little tough to get this thing on. So I am determined, because it's so fancy. And it's so sparkly.
Sequiny.
Yes, and I'm so determined that this
Right.
sucker's going to go on. And you never want to hear that sound where it's sounding like the threads are being pulled out. Kind of a little bit sounding like that, but I said I'm going to push through it.
Right.
And I somehow managed to get the top on. Is it attractive on me? No, not at all. Not at all. So, she comes back. And she's like, hey, how she's on the other side of the door. I'm still in the dressing room.
Yeah.
She's going to inquire, how does it look?
Mm-hmm.
Now I look terrible, but I can't say, oh God, somebody shoot me. This thing looks awful. So I say, yeah, I like it. It looks good. Do they have a little bit bigger size? Maybe one size up.
Right.
She's like, okay, let me go see. So she comes back and she's like, I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm still trying to think, well, can I lose 50 pounds by the time the cruise gets here in 2 weeks?
Oh, goodness.
And so she's like, oh, they don't have a bigger size, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I can make this work. I'm lying through my teeth. Lying.
I got this thing on now. I'm like,
So
what's going to happen
such a little liar,
Right.
So I was like, yeah, okay. So then I was like, I need to take it off,
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to tell her when I get out? Because I was like, I love this, So I get ready to remove the clothing. Joy, it gets stuck. I can't get it off.
Oh, my goodness.
And what seems to be a reasonable time for someone to remove a piece of clothing, she comes back because it's probably 3 times longer.
Right.
And she's like, hey, how's things going? And I'm like, it's great. I'm fine. Because my head is in the piece of clothing that I cannot remove off of my head. And I'm getting a little claustrophobic. And sequence?
Do you know Morse code?
Exactly.
Let me.
Exactly. She's checking on me. I'm like, I just tried some more clothes on to see which one I want. Everything's okay. And I start to panic.
Oh, gosh.
Because I'm like, do I just put a jacket on and wear it out and be like, I love it so much, I'm going to wear it out. And if it had fit, I might have went that approach. But I'm like, I can't.
Right. Yeah.
There's pieces of me that are coming out that should not be coming out of a shirt. A top, excuse me. So eventually, I somehow suck it up and am able to remove the clothing. And then,
Yeah.
you know, I feel bad. 'Cause, you know, it was just so tight. When I removed the clothing, you know, and it's inside out originally,
Right.
there's actual deodorant stains.
Oh.
Like it's white on both sides of the
right.
top.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I gotta buy it.
Oh,
Like, who's gonna
man.
want to buy this with deodorant stains?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I've been there.
So
Been
she
there.
come out. She's like, "What'd you decide?" I'm like, "I just don't know what I'm gonna wear with it." And I'm thinking, "Yeah, because I can't fit in it. It's about 10 sizes too small, but I'm gonna rock it out, you know." And I go with the storyline, and I carry that top around like I'm gonna purchase it, and it's an expensive top.
Right.
You know, it's not like
Yeah.
you know it's a few bucks that
Mm-hmm.
nobody's gonna notice hit the bank account.
Exactly.
And I toted that around like I was going to purchase it and I loved it and I'm looking for something to go with it all the way up to the cash register because I can't buy this and I can't return it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So then I was like, yeah, I just don't know if I can find something to go with it. You know, I think I'm just going to put it back and get this other dress. Nothing to do with the fact that it's 10 sizes too small and don't look on the inside where there's deodorant stains all over it. But I would love to have had some kind of timer to see how long it actually took to remove that top
Right.
because it was a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Been there. I mean, oh my gosh. You get in there. Sometimes you get in predicaments, right? You're like, hey, I really could use a buddy right now. I mean, it
This is
really
what I
would
got.
help.
Like I'll bend over and you pull it off of me, and it's you know it's one of those situations where the woman was so nice to be so helpful to help me
Right.
try to find an outfit,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you know, it's a little bit of pressure when you know somebody's
Mhm.
standing out there waiting.
Exactly.
You know, waiting
Yeah.
on you. And then you've got to make up some excuse like I'm retrying everything on to see which one I like the best, knowing that unfortunately that was a bold-faced lie that I'm still stuck in the top that I tried on 25 minutes ago. Desperately trying to remove
Yeah,
it.
it's like I could really tell if I like this one if I had the other one off.
I know, exactly. I'm like, I'm just going to keep trying to. And I remember at one point thinking, can I Hulk out of it?
Right. That's an option, right?
Like,
at this point.
Come out there with a shredded top. Like, I'll take it.
That would be really cool, actually. You know, why isn't somebody here to see this?
But that was my predicament.
Oh, man. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we've all been in that situation. I mean, everybody has to admit. I mean, you've been in there trying to button up those pants or, you know, you get them on or get that shirt on and then you're trying to get it over your head. Oh, wow. Yeah. You need a buddy, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I won't go alone again.
It's actually necessary.
I need a
think.
safety partner.
Right? I mean, you need somebody to bail you out. And you got to have a runner. I mean, that's really important. If
Yeah.
you don't have a good helper like what you did, you got to have somebody, hey, can you run and get me a medium or maybe grab that large?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But kudos to the woman. She was very helpful.
That's awesome. Hey, man, you know, it's so important to have good customer service people these days, and it's kind of hard to find. So
Mhm.
it's a special moment when you do. I mean,
It is.
and kudos to all the people who do that work because, I mean, we all realize how hard you work.
Yeah, dealing with the public isn't
yeah.
easy.
Exactly. Yeah, it's difficult.
We can be moody. And things they have no control over, we act like they have control over, you know?
Right. And they have to try to help you and all that. I mean, it's a struggle. I
Mhm.
mean, some people don't take on that very well.
Mm-mm.
So, meaning the customers, they're not nice.
No.
So, see, but you were nice.
Yeah, I was a liar. I did try to buy a lot of clothes that maybe she would get a commission. I don't know if she got a commission or not, but I was.
That's awesome.
And I did do my survey.
Oh, good. See,
I was like, Trish, you're number one.
yeah, they pump the surveys. I know. I mean, not long ago, I did the survey. Right, I went and did a purchase, got the survey, I completed it, and yet they send me another email. Please take the survey. And then I thought, well, I took the survey. And it was 2 days later, and I get another email, hey, we'd love it if you'd really take the survey. That would really help us out. And, really, it'd be great if you could give us, it's kind of like the Office scenario where it's like, it'd really be great, right? If you would give us a 10, that would really be great, you know? And so I'm thinking I did give you guys a 10. And so I go check my mail the next week and I get a flyer in there that says, hey, would you please take our survey? I'm thinking,
At some point, like, no, I'm not.
Did you guys not get my survey? At some point, I think I've taken this about 6 times already. So, so user error? I'm not sure.
They really wanted to make sure they got you on different days.
Yeah.
So, like, are you consistent?
Right. She changes her mind a lot.
Yeah.
It fluctuates.
Our average score was a 5.
Right.
After 10 surveys, we got it. She gave us a 5.
The person who accepts the surveys was on PTO. So
Yeah, exactly.
we're sorry they were. They weren't here that day. Oh my goodness, it could go on and on. I love it. Anyway, moving on. I interrupted your story.
No, that was it. I don't even think I ended up going to the captain's dinner.
Oh,
by the
wow,
way.
really? After all that?
Yeah.
Jeez. Well,
I don't remember
that's
why,
all right.
but I didn't.
Maybe you were still in the room trying to get that blouse off or
I was
the
like,
dress.
I was like, Brian,
You're like,
get the duct tape. We're
yeah.
if you could just duct tape everything in together, nice and tight, maybe I can get this shirt on. I just, I've you go into the dressing room and, you may have purchased or picked something that's either too big or too small. I just never actually been physically stuck like I was that day.
Right.
And just a panic, like, okay, I'm about to Hulk out of it.
Oh,
That's my
yeah.
only path.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yep.
I think if it hadn't been so expensive, no, that's probably really not the reason I didn't. I think just having to explain why the top that I went in that was 1 piece is now 3 pieces. I just didn't want to fool with that.
One of the worst is, right, you get in there, right, and you're like, okay, it has a zipper. And you go in there by yourself, and then you got to figure out how to get the zipper up. Right? There's got to be a trick to this, right? Where you can get the zipper up when you're by yourself, because you got to know if it fits right. Right? So it zips in the back. Right?
I have a confession to make. I never zip it up in the back. I just have to gauge the distance while it's open. I'm like, okay, that's 5.5 inches. Maybe a little big.
Yeah.
The gap.
Mm-hmm.
I've never, because I don't know how you zip it up. They need to have a little device that it latches on, like a magnet or something. And then you just, it clicks into place. Maybe the magnet's on the wall. You back up. It attaches to the zipper, and then you just physically bend down.
Excellent.
Now, the top.
Step 1, step 2, step 3, right?
And then that way, when you went out, you don't have to get any kind of step ladder or anything
Right.
to increase your height. You just stand up the next time and zzz.
There you go.
Zzz.
There you go. Trademark right here, okay?
Yes.
The dressing room buddy. It's a thing.
Hey, that's the name of it.
Yeah, and it does just what you say. I mean, it helps you, with zippers and such, and maybe it has like a little thing on it that helps you pull it over your head.
I was about
if
to
you get
say,
stuck.
maybe a panic
Right.
button that says it's red and it says panic, and then below it says we will not judge.
Right.
And then you can just hit it with your elbow when you're stuck, your head's stuck in the top.
Yeah. Nice.
Because that's exactly what mine was.
Nice. I like it. All right. Yeah, somebody's got to take it.
Yeah,
Somebody's
take
gotta
it and
roll
run.
with it. You
Run
know,
with
you
it.
just have to be nice and put a thank you and please come again at the very end whenever the buddy is finished.
There you go. Because there's a lot of places that they don't have a staff to be able to wait
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're on your own.
Mhm.
Yeah. no
I'm sure if
doubt.
that lady, all I can picture is like if I said, "Hey, I'm stuck. The top is on my head. I can't get it off." Like that would have been a great story for her coworkers. But I could just envision her coming in and me still bending over and her trying to tug on that top, and then like putting her leg on the wall to help give her some more leverage just to rip it off.
So, guys, we've laughed a lot today, and we've talked a lot and enjoyed this story. As as we go along, I hope you guys do. We try to share a lot about our personal experiences and things that make us laugh. So we hope that it does the same for y'all. We do want to just have you remember that you don't need to be embarrassed about asking for help. There's situations like this that we laugh about, but there are times where we get in a bind and we feel like, how do I take that next step? What do I do? And I think it's important to remember that you don't need to be embarrassed. You don't need to feel like you can't ask for help or assistance, because there are folks who really care about you, friends, families, neighbors, coworkers, counselors, and friends. And just remember to reach out your hand, ask somebody, hey, I'm going through this, having a problem. And, I guarantee you, after you take the first step, it gets a lot easier. So I want you to remember that you're stronger than you think, and don't give up. If you feel overwhelmed and you feel like you can't do it on your own, reach out to a caring friend or pastor, counselor. And if you feel like you've reached rock bottom, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline has caring people available 24/7. And they can be reached by dialing or texting 988.
Remember, stay healthy, stay connected, and know that you matter. Till next time, friends.